Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen,
Me das que la voz de Clyde se parece a la de Geralt de Rivia.
which is certainly a new development.
No
He says
relaja.
he's hardly been touching his bones of late.
Yo no me acuerdo, es que la cosa que no me acuerdo cómo hablaba
Castle.
Geralt.
I rather think she might be right.
Pues yo creo que no es la misma, ¿no?
All canids are instinctively inclined to crack
Pero se
open
parece,
bones
sí.
for the rich marrow that resides within. And I
Ah,
see
sí que
no reason
se
why
parece, fue que tú
Frostwolf
dijiste
should be any
que
different.
en verdad sí.
I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Loco, ¿cómo tú aguantas durar tanto tiempo sentado en esta silla, loco? Yo no sé si es porque me estoy poniendo viejo ya, que puede ser, pero diablo, de un dolor de espalda feo, loco. O sea, es incómodo. Y eso que lo tengo con almohada y todo.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Oh, saluda. Creo que.
That's a ship. Let's sail around the lake.
Tengo una vaina con esto.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Yo desbloqueé. Sí. Cabrón, meteorito.
It's all yours.
Bueno, es gratis, ¿para qué me quejo? A ver esto. Yo no soy mago blanco para usar eso.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
La muchacha está escuchando.
A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So
Hello,
let me get
Reed.
this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due,
Te la
and
bebiste.
instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
¿Cuánto?
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
En la vida real eso no ocurre. Lo colgarían al
Always
pobre
ask my
Rubio.
uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't. Yeah, we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Mira la vuelta, bro. Mira cómo se fue volando. Ahí vamos.
Now. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Que ya aquí no hay más.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Wow.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his nag.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Es un coleccionable. No se nos falta este de acá.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
It's gone. The whole mother crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Calm yourself.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Míralo ya.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Por el culo le tiramos el hechizo. Le metimos el hechizo por el culo, loco.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What should I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Por suerte no lo conoce.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Dime que poder hacer la espada esa. A ver.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. but not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I'll be working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Ok, déjame ver.
All right. I will.
A ver. Excalibur. Demonios. Mierda, por eso es buena ser la secundaria. A ver.
What do you need?
Tú sabes, te vas a hacer. Esta espada no la he podido hacer. Bueno, y puedo hacerla ahora. El artífice puedo mejorar. Ah, no, ya la tengo. Esta espada de diamante que no puedo hacer. Me falta hit. Ok, dame ver la espada nueva. Mierda, es mejor 12 y 8. Sí, es mejor por 3 puntos. Y esta está mejorada, la otra no. Este es mejor 1000 veces. La cosa es alma de pum. Yo puedo, si yo hice una cacería y maté al monstruo, puedo volver a hacer para conseguir. Se viene. Ah, mira, apareció de nuevo. Entre los Final Fantasy este monstruo. Clase B, esto es un poco durito. Ok, nadie vio eso. Que no conozco sus ataques todavía. Ah, pero... ¡Ey, eso es trampa! Entre 3. Coño, estoy haciendo mal el paso. Coño. Que no veo una mierda. Ya, lo debí matarlo. Coño, por fin. Estaba fácil. Buena era. Eso es como el Final Fantasy, el boom del Final Fantasy 4. Cuando conocen a Jan. Jan era el de la colita. El chino. El que yo recuerdo. Yo jugué el 4 también, pero el que yo más recuerdo es el de uno que yo peleé en el 12. Una cacería. Era una cacería ahora que me acuerdo. De fornicate esos boom. Antes de irme, déjame llegar hasta acá. A ver lo que hay ahí. Creo que me da tiempo antes que se acabe.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while.
La cara de este es simple.
Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Como el del Final Fantasy XVI.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
Paga.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots.
Es ser increíble.
Save the hideaway.
Cosa que yo no me acuerdo.
I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well,
Juegazo el 6,
it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
No me deja poner el link, si no pondría una imagen.
Well,
Sí, el 6 es juegazo.
what do you
Sí,
reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Cuando yo acabe todos los Final Fantasy, luego
I think.
No,
voy a, qué sé yo, hacer como dicen en el TikTok y poner cuáles son mis favoritos.
Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Ah, pero mira, yo puedo sacar mucho. También podría poner cuáles son mis canciones favoritas cuando inicie un combate. Hasta el momento, la canción que más me gusta cuando inicia el combate es la del 9, la del 5, no me acuerdo los otros. 9, 5, me dio un legendario, por cierto. Ah, mira, me lo aumentan el espacio de inventario. Ah, pero si la secundaria me mejoran el personaje, está perfecto. Ok, 6 pociones, 4 grandes. Sale de fuerza que yo nunca he usado. Ok. Tormenta central.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in 2 places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Llegó mi mujer.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of
Tiene
the
problemas el
road.
muchacho.
that's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And
Yo creo que tiene problemas.
have you with us, Goot.
Oh, okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bucklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
Así se habla, así mismo.
Gav.
No, Gav que se
Already
quede.
on my way, Captain.
Digo, Gav que se vaya de por ahí.
Always.
Bien, por fin, ya estamos a solas con otra mujer.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
¿Qué hora es esa, Wow, loco. Se viene algo grande. ¿Verdad que sí? Mira, zona nueva. Cañón de Laetny. Déjame seguir, voy a seguir. Este de Dalmequia. A ver. Ok. Hacia el dominio cristalino. Yo creo que lo voy a dejar cuando esté en el dominio. Si me da el tiempo, claro. Como estamos... Los extraterrestres. Wow. Y toda esa agua. Último pecado, la República de Dalmequia.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Coño, loco, pero ¿quién fue el encargado de hacer los diseños de los trajes, loco? Esos trajes tan duros.
To tell the truth, I always thought it strange
Están muy
that the
elegantes.
dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could.
Referencia.
He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing It's nothing.
No como la ropa de Tiff. Ay, Dios. Esa ropa de Tiff.
I see the reports are true, Father.
Mira ese cuadro, papá.
I've surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy
Pero ¿y
Empire.
por qué lo eligió a él? Ese carajito, ¿no? El culo cagado,
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
No solo eso, tú eres el primero.
Until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able.
Vamos,
The empire
conviértete,
we
bajamos.
seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task.
No hay nadie mejor capacitado, dice.
There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
El Fénix
What nonsense is this?
se lo comentó.
I speak my mind, and my mind only.
No, la bruja te está controlando.
Though I do owe Annabella thanks
La bruja.
for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
Desgracia.
You would trust the words of this traitress. She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch!
Loco, a tu propio hijo,
You
loco.
will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring.
Primera vez que...
I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Este tipo es
Does
bueno,
it
loco.
pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Aprovecha ahora que está sola.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings. But you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Mujer, yo si tú y no lo tiento. Oye, estoy esperando el momento de que esa tipa muera. A ver cómo que muere. ¿Qué enfermedad más grande esos reyes? Todo porque le salió culo roto.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Sigamos. ¿Qué hora es? Maldición. Bueno, también yo voy a investigar, a ver. Nada, gracias que se pasó. Como dije, Carlos, Rodrigo. El que se pasó a Angelo también. Y nada, un abrazo bien fuerte de aquí. Muchas gracias por el apoyo y nos vemos mañana. Es posible que no entre mañana. Pero vamos a ver. Porque se viene algo bueno. Mañana se viene algo seguro épico. Y nada. Hablamos, señores. Se cuidan. Hablamos.